in here before Keep Cut Trade. Gift big this year with a Home for the Holidays raffle. You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season and help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish kids with critical illnesses. Raffle proceeds benefit Make-A-Wish OKI, which has granted over 22,000 wishes for children facing critical illnesses across Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana region since 1983. This year is a custom-built ranch by Petros Homes and has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a 3-car garage. It also includes features like a great room with a vaulted ceiling that extends to the outdoors, an unbelievable kitchen with beautiful finishes and a large hidden pantry, a mudroom with open lockers, and unique pet shower station. Just visit homeforoholidays.org to buy your tickets. That's homeforoholidays.org. Terms and conditions do apply.
All righty. Keep, cut, trade. We haven't played this game in a while.
It's been months.
Yeah, I like it. We need some stuff like this because just straight Browns talk right now is rough.
It's tough.
Is rough. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Our first keep cut trade today is Myles Garrett, Lawrence Taylor, and Reggie White.
Oh, my God.
We made these kind of tough.
Tough? This is impossible.
Come on. This is ridiculous.
I'm keeping Lawrence Taylor. I'm trading Myles Garrett because he's the youngest by far.
Oh, you can't factor that in. That's nonsense. That's
what kind of trade value does a 60-year-old Lawrence Taylor have right now?
No, that's bogus. You can't. That's an easy way out.
What are the parameters here, guys? First time I've ever played this game.
You keep one, you cut one, and you trade one.
Are they in their primes?
Yes. Say they're all in their primes.
Okay.
I didn't watch the other two play. This one's tough for me.
I mean, they're the 3 best pass rushers ever.
Keep Reggie, cut LT, trade Myles.
Okay, why?
I just think
Worried about LT's coke habit?
I am. and Reggie, I mean, I just think he's like the greatest teammate of all time and just the best. He's like the GOAT, dude. And I think there's more value for Myles because he's young and he still has all that upside.
I was raised in a household where Lawrence Taylor is the greatest football player to ever live. So I'm going to go with my dad on this one and keep Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him or Reggie White play. I'm too young. So with that in mind, I'm going to trade Myles Garrett just because I think what I'm watching him do on a week-to-week basis is literally incredible. And I don't think there's a price tag too high for how he's playing right now. And then I would cut Reggie White because someone has to get cut in this scenario.
I mean,
but I don't think there's a right or
the
wrong
other two have
answer.
won Super Bowls, but it's not Myles. I'm going to keep Myles Garrett. I'll be a homer on this one. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're the 3 best ever. I thought Lawrence Taylor was the greatest football player I've ever seen. But,
better than Jerry Rice?
Yes. But I'll keep Myles Garrett. I'll trade Reggie White, and I'll cut Lawrence Taylor. As Lawrence's coke habit is concerned.
So you don't think you're getting the same trade value because he has a drug problem?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Anthony.
Go ahead, Mike. What's our next one?
I don't know.
What's the average snowfall? Tell me. All right, Evan Mobley, Sengun, or Scotty Barnes?
Interesting.
I'm keeping Sengun. I'm trading Scotty Barnes, and I'm cutting Evan Mobley.
Same.
You guys are wrong. At least on one of these. You're keeping Sengun.
Yeah.
He's been the best by far this year.
You're a Barnes hater.
I do hate Barnes, but I also think just the positional value of Scotty Barnes versus Evan Mobley, you're not getting nearly as much back in a trade for Scotty Barnes as you would for Evan Mobley. You still would get a decent return.
Yeah.
But I still think they're looked at as different tier players. Sengun surpassed them both this year. He's been incredible in Houston. I would keep Sengun. I'd trade Mobley. I'd cut Scotty Barnes.
Okay.
To me, that one's pretty easy.
Is Barnes soft? Because Mobley's soft.
I think he's fake tough.
Fake tough?
Fake tough.
Okay. How much snow do they get in Toronto?
A lot. It's Canada. I don't know.
Because we want to know how tough he is.
Yeah. Can he play in the snow?
Does he wear a parka?
Well, Sengun's from war-terrorized Eastern Europe, so we know he's tough.
Yeah.
Oh, he went there, huh?
Basically from Chernobyl.
Okay. He's still not inhabitable, Chernobyl, by the way.
Still uninhabitable?
Yes. Well, unless you're like there's certain.
You wear like a hazmat suit in there?
Yeah.
You could, yes.
Yeah. All right,
Go ahead, Anthony.
All right, next one. Jerry Jeudy, Kendrick Bourne, or Parker Washington?
I mean, this is the most random. Parker Washington's had a decent season.
Yeah. This one.
You only know these guys because you play fantasy football.
I came up with this one yesterday.
Okay, so how do you know those guys?
I don't.
Real quick, Bo, before you answer, I came up with this one yesterday. I was going through the NFL receiving yards, and I wanted to make one with Judy to find guys in the same vein as Jerry Jeudy. And there are some bigger name guys that have a similar statistical profile to Jeudy this year, but they've missed like 6-7 games.
Right.
These guys are all in the same range who have played majority. Judy's obviously the biggest name.
I mean, how old is Kendrick Bourne? Isn't he old at this point, or am I off on that?
I think he's around the same. Parker Washington's the youngest of the group.
Yeah. I mean, I'll keep Parker Washington.
Bourne is 30 years.
Yeah, I'd cut Bourne. I'd trade Jeudy. I don't know if I can get anything for him, but I can't get anything for Bourne either.
I'd keep Jeudy, and this may be just homerism speaking.
Yeah.
I just think there's more than we've gotten. And
I think Parker Washington's young, and I think he's got real upside.
But he has the highest trade value because he's the youngest. I don't think there's a ton of difference.
Kendrick
in their trade
Bourne
value.
played at Eastern Washington where they get a lot of snow.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
How about that?
This is gonna be the snow episode.
Circles all around.
This is gonna be the snow episode.
Circles back.
I mean, he's a tough guy.
You got to be. That's why I'm keeping him.
How many inches they get in Eastern Washington? You said like 30?
It was like 48, I think.
Man,
Not as much as Cleveland.
no.
Can't handle it.
No.
What are you doing, Dustin?
I would trade Jeudy because he has the most value, probably, just because he's former second-round pick and had a big year last year. He probably still has some value.
His value's at an all-time low right now, though. That's why I'd keep
And
him.
he makes a lot of money compared to the other guys.
Yeah, that's why I'd keep him.
But on a good team, I bet you he'd be a lot better.
Shoot, cut them all.
He's never played with a good quarterback.
That's not an option.
Parker Washington has shown upside this year.
He's been a
I'd
good,
probably keep Parker Washington, and I would cut Bourne.
he's been a good fantasy pickup for him.
All right, go ahead. Next, Anthony.
All right, next one we have
Bourne was
Jalen.
spotted wearing sleeves last week in Cleveland.
Oh, look at this one.
Not tough enough.
Jalen Tyson, Harold Fannin, and Chase DeLauder.
This was the spunky upstart has upside
Oh, that's a tough
Cleveland
one.
category. And
But
Bo, I put Jalen Tyson here because I know you love Jalen Tyson.
I do, which is what made it hard for me because
I know.
I like DeLauder a lot.
And you like Fannin.
Yeah, I would have to keep DeLauder. I think he's got the most upside of the three in their sports. Like DeLauder could be a superstar. I don't think the other guys are going to be superstars. I think they're going to be good players. So I'm going to keep DeLauder. I'm going to trade Fannin because I think I can get the most for a tight end. Not that many good pass catching tight ends. And unfortunately, even though I love Tyson, I love all three of these guys. They're three of my favorite players on each team. I actually like Tyson and Harold Fannin more than I like DeLauder because DeLauder's barely been in the big leagues. But I think he's got the most upside, so I'm keeping him. And I'm cutting Tyson.
I'm keeping Harold Fannin because I think he has a chance to be a special tight end in this league. I would trade Chase because
you get the most for
the Guardians need everything, and they don't spend money, so that would give you the most value. And unfortunately, he's the last guy that I'd have to let go.
See, I think you guys are looking at this all wrong.
All right.
I actually think Jalen Tyson has the highest trade value of the three because with the second apron era, I'm not sure there's anything more valuable than a legitimate 3-and-D wing who can give you real minutes in a playoff rotation, making less than $3 million a year. He's a 20th pick. He's on a rookie dirt cheap contract.
Yeah.
In a few years, when he signs his extension, he's possibly getting $20 million a year, which is the way he's playing right now. Mm-hmm. Then I would look at this differently. But he is on maybe one of the, Wemby's still on a rookie contract, so that's the best contract
It's
in
not
basketball.
Fannin's not getting paid much.
No, but I just think because of how much constraints some of these bigger teams have.
Yeah, Chase DeLauder's making no money.
Yeah, but those sports don't have the same financial constraints with the second apron that the NBA does and the way Tyson's
all right.
playing right now. So
Fair
I would
enough.
trade Tyson. I have no idea who I'd keep between the two. Bull, does DeLauder have legitimate superstar potential?
Yeah.
Then I guess I
Doesn't
have
mean
to.
he's going to be a superstar. But
You know what? No, I'm keeping Fannin because
Okay.
I've seen enough from Fannin. I just can't trust Chase to stay healthy.
And you're
I
a
would
Browns apologist.
Yeah, clearly. I would cut DeLauder. I'd trade DeLauder from JMU. Where, by the way, does it snow in the Shenandoah Valley? Are we sure if DeLauder can play in these
I
Cleveland
mean,
winters?
at this point, you've gone over the top. With
Had to ask the question.
Appalachian
It's
Mountains.
gone a little. Gone a little far.
I actually almost went to JMU. I told my dad I was going to JMU. He said, "No, you're not. You're going to
Harrisonburg,
Emerson."
Virginia.
Best burger I've ever had in my life was on the JMU campus.
I want a full spreadsheet of every.
So I would keep Fannin. I'd trade Tyson.
level.
I'd cut DeLauder.
I got headlines to make, so I'm not doing that for tomorrow.
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
And you messed up
That's
his name
official.
again. Go ahead.
Let me get my next one up here, guys. All right, 5
That's
is
a
going to be
personal
Drake
problem,
May,
Anthony.
Caleb Williams, and Jaden Daniels.
Drake May, Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams.
I'm keeping. Oh, sorry, your turn.
No, go ahead. You
No,
go.
keep Drake. Trade Caleb and cut Jaden.
Jaden was by far the best of the
He was,
last year.
but I can't trust him. I can't trust his knees.
Yeah.
Can't trust his elbow.
Are you keeping Drake, Bull? Because to me, it's a no-brainer. You're keeping Drake here.
Man, I loved Jaden Daniels last year.
I'm trading Jaden. I'm cutting Caleb. But Drake to me is the no-brainer keep.
I would keep Jaden Daniels. I would trade Drake May, and I would cut Caleb Williams. I think Drake May can get the most for in a trade right now. You've been using that.
That is true.
Yeah.
I just think if you're building a team, Drake May is the
think-
one you want. He's the most.
I think we'll have the answer next year. If
Fair.
Jaden Daniels gets back to what he was last year, Jaden Daniels at his best to me is better than Drake May. Now, can he be at his best? I don't know.
I think Drake May's the safest bet of the three to be at this level.
I'm not
consistently
completely
for a
sold
while.
on Drake May.
Why not?
I think there's some fool's gold in the mix based on their schedule.
Schedule's
And
been
I'll
easy.
see when I think he's got to prove it longer. So do all these guys.
Yeah.
None of these guys are short things.
I mean, Jaden Daniels.
Drake
schedule
May
last
looks the
year
best
was-
right now. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it. Not even. Although Caleb Williams has played much better all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Coaching change.
So it's a tough one. These have all been good.
And what would you do on this one?
I think I'm sticking with Drake May. I think I would trade Jaden, and I think I'd cut Caleb. Because Caleb's still only done it for 1 year, and he needed the right
Not
system
even
and
for a
coach.
year. It's been
Yeah, not
like
even a
6
full year.
weeks.
Do you know what we should do next time we do keep cut trade? I just thought of
What's
this. We should put these questions on the community tab
Yeah.
and let everyone else vote on them.
Yeah.
Like the morning of, so then we
Yeah.
can see what the fans
Oh, what the
would do.
fans say. Yeah, let's do
we
that.
Can't do
Good
a
idea.
live. We can't do a live poll because the results are so far behind. We want to
Right,
be long
right,
enough to
right.
get a real sample.
Yeah.
But let's make a mental note. Next time we do keep cut
Mental
trade,
note.
to put these on the community tab
like
so everyone
that.
can vote on it.
Definitely.
Go
All right.
ahead.
Number 6, guys. This is from Earl. Jeremiah Smith, Marvin Harrison Jr., or Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Bro, it's easy.
Well, I keep Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah,
That's
you're
important.
trading Jeremiah.
I know
Smith.
Jeremiah Smith's great. He hasn't played in the NFL. I don't know.
You're trading him.
Marvin Harrison was great at college too, and he's been just an okay pro.
I'm keeping JSN. I'm trading Jeremiah Smith, and I'm cutting Marvin Harrison. That's the easiest one we've had so far.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I align with all of you.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Smith could end up being a top 2-3 pick in the draft next
He might,
year.
but JSN's been the best receiver in football this year.
Which is why you trade him,
Right.
because
Yeah,
think of the
yeah,
value you get for you're getting 2-3 first-round picks potentially for a team to move
Yeah.
up and get in a position.
And Jeremiah
to
could
draft
become the best out of all of those guys.
Yeah.
He might be, but I'm
Right.
going to take the guy who's already like JSN's is going to be an All-Pro this year.
He might win Offensive Player of the Year.
Where are we putting Chris Henry
might.
Jr. in this mix?
Yeah, he may be leaving Ohio State now.
I heard.
Oregon's the favorite.
Are you guys ready for the last one? I got one more for you.
Ant made this one, right? Ant?
This is mine,
Yeah.
and the theme for this one is Bulls' favorite baseball players. We've got Austin Hedges, Miles Straw, and Big Christmas.
Oh my God.
Bull, you know what? You take this one by yourself.
Now, okay, so I need some background here. What team is this if I'm the Guardians or if I'm another team? Because
I'm gonna
that
say you're the
changes my
Guardians.
answer.
You're the Guardians.
So if I'm the Guardians, I cut them all. Now,
Not an option.
if I'm the Guardians, oh jeez.
Ant, good one.
Yeah, if you gave me a better team, it would have been easier. Or a better offensive team, I should say. I would keep... I want to keep any of them. I guess I'd keep Hedges
For the vibes?
for the vibes. I'd trade John Kenzie and I'd cut Straw.
Straw just helped the team make it to Game 7 of the World Series, and you just don't trust him.
Straw
You're
is
such a hater.
is a perfectly fine player on a good team with a big payroll as a fourth outfielder because he can run the bases. He actually can do more than the other guys. He can run the bases and he can play pretty good defense. But on the Guardians, they paid him this contract, which was not a lot of money, but it was for the Guardians, which is ridiculous, but it was.
Wasn't it
And
5?
he's not a starting
was
player.
it 5 for 25? Was that the contract?
I don't remember what it was, but it was increasing over the years. And you paid him, like for the Guardians, he was a starting player, and he's not a starting player. He's a bench player, and he's fine as a bench player. Austin Hedges, same thing. I don't even know that he's fine as a bench player. He's a good locker room guy, and that's fine. John Kenzie just, to me, doesn't look like he's going to be a big leaguer. I don't think. We'll see. But I like that one. It was tough.
That's all of our keep cut.
I thought it was going to be like John Rocker, Trevor Bauer, and A-Rod or something.
I think next time we do that, I'm going to text each person who's on the panel, and they're going to have to submit one too. So we'll have one. It could be anything you want to do, but one from each person.
Yeah. We need to
I
do
thought you
some
were going to do one with
non-sports stuff.
Michael Jackson, Donald Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein for bowl.
I would keep.
Nope. Hey,
I'd
guys,
keep Michael Jackson.
read.
I'd trade Trump because he has good trade value.
Yeah.
And I'd cut Epstein right the hell out of there.
Russia would take.
There you go. That
Trump
was
in
the
a
easy
heartbeat.
one.
There you go.